What's going on, everybody? Double Check Effects Sports Code here, coming at you with our second video. Shout out to those who liked, subscribed on the previous video. Appreciate the time you took to watch. And I wanted to make another video tying together. It's going to be more of a combo meal, right? A little combo. So we're going to bundle together the first video with some information that I didn't have on the first video, together with my prediction of who I believe the Denver Nuggets are going to play in the upcoming 2024 NBA Finals. So like we started the last video, I wanted to start with a commercial, right? So commercials usually have us tell us the tale of what's to come in some of these stories. So if you remember back in 2018, there was a commercial with Chris Paul, and a buck came into his garage and started tearing up his whole garage. Years later, the Suns had a 2-0 lead and lost 4-2 to the Milwaukee Bucks in a fashion that was that of the buck who went wild in the garage, right? So sometimes commercials have a way of telling us what's to come, and I found this one to be pretty interesting about what we were talking about yesterday. So as you guys know, Nikola Jokic was drafted in the second round, 41st pick in 2014, right? So and it wasn't even during a live broadcast. It was during a commercial, and a Taco Bell commercial at that. So Taco Bell, ring the bell, Liberty Bell, Philadelphia. So tying that piece together here in a moment, but I just wanted you to see this commercial and let me know what you think, and I'll narrate as we go. Just go away. Just do it every day. So he watched from the perception of his dream, and now it's going to go from this gal's dream. And what I want you to do is notice that it has the second round pick, 41st Denver selection coming up. So his name is about to be revealed. And just like we talked about, notice what the narrator says in the next sentence here.
Two things you only dreamed would come together.
Two things you only dreamed would come together. So from his very draft pick, his name is already being mentioned as two things coming together. So I found that very interesting to tie into what we've already talked about with the bundle. Notice two things that came together: Nikola Jokic, the quesarito, right? This is a quesarito.
A delicious cheesy quesadilla wrapped around a beefy burrito. The new quesarito from Taco Bell.
So you'll notice from Taco Bell, right? So ring the bell in. Again, Philadelphia known for the Liberty Bell. I thought that was interesting. Very interesting commercial. Again, tying in the what we talked about when bundle 58-104. Okay, already being compared on his draft day when he's being selected. I wanted to go into why I like him to face off against the Philadelphia 76ers. So if you'll go to the 2014 draft, you'll notice Joel Embiid was picked number 3 overall, and Jokic was picked number 41. So in 2014, this is 10 years later, this has been a rivalry that's been heating up for over the last 10 years, right? Jokic got back-to-back MVPs. Last year, Joel finally got one back in questionable fashion. I feel like they're selling this this matchup here for quite some time. It's a defining rivalry, right? So what a defining finals it would be if these two would finally match up against each other. And again, it has to go back to the 1994 NBA Finals, in which we talked about in our previous video. So if you remember, the Rockets and the Knicks played against each other during the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase, right? That game was being televised, Game 5, live. But before this, they actually had played before. So this is between Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon, famous, big centers of the 90s. And then 10 years before that, they had played in a collegiate game for the NCAA Tournament Championship. So 10 years before, Patrick Ewing defeated Hakeem Olajuwon. 10 years later, here's the reversal, right? So you could argue that in 2014, Joel Embiid was better from a draft status perspective than Nikola Jokic. Now, how fitting Nikola Jokic 10 years later could prove himself and to everybody else that, hey, he is indeed the best player in the game. And they will play the 76ers. So, again, Joel Embiid, recently seen in these commercials too, wearing different hairdos, different styles. Again, this all ties into the Janus, the mirror, right? So the mirror image of Joel. So it shows all these different visuals of Janus, right? So Janus we know as the Roman god of beginnings, gates, transitions, doorways, right? So I thought it was interesting because if you type in the word Janus twins, you get 2070, right? So how fitting, because the Denver Nuggets are the 2 seed and the Philadelphia 76ers are the 7. Okay, so they match up together. And if you look at the ordinal 15, take away the 0, this is Jokic's number. And if you flip the 2 and go the other way, in reverse, if you will, this is Embiid's number 21. So I think this is the perfect time for this to happen. They've been really building this matchup up. I feel very strongly about this matchup happening and it favoring the Denver Nuggets. And also another key piece, the answer, right? I have the answer. Allen Iverson. AI, right? It's been a hot topic lately, AI. This is the AI back in the 2000s, right? So famous for his rant about practice. He just had a statue, oddly enough, put in front of the practice facility in his honor. Unveiling here of his statue. So they're giving a lot of shout out to Allen Iverson here. Unveiling of the statue. And why is he interesting is because not only he did play for Georgetown as well, where Patrick Ewing played, he also played for Philadelphia for the majority of his career. And then the second team he became part of was the Denver Nuggets. So the 2 teams in which he played for, and now he has a statue of himself in the same season, would be a great tribute to Allen Iverson, the great player from Philadelphia. All tying back to, of course, the greatest player, in my opinion, Kobe Bryant. So again, Jokic drafted 41 in the 14th season of the NBA, or 2014 draft. 41, Kobe Bryant died at the age of 41, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the year 78. We all know the NBA Finals is taking place in this year. It's the 78th edition. So again, I believe with everything that we talked about, also last piece here, Joker 2 is being released, coming out here. Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, right? Joaquin Phoenix, known as the Joker. Jokic, a lot of ties to his character. His second movie is coming out, just like maybe his second championship. October 4th, 10-4. The word bundle, 10-4. Roger that. So, getting a little sidetracked here, but now wanted to go into, from the time of Game 1 of the NBA Finals to the timeline of the Joker 2 being released, 120 days. Remember, that ties into the Christmas Day game in which the Nuggets scored 120 points to defeat the Warriors. So just to bring it all back, tying the bundle together, remember the Taco Bell commercial in which he was drafted. 2 things coming together. 1994, the NBA Finals featuring the Houston Rockets and the New York Knicks. 2 big men featured in a 7-game series. I believe the series is going to go 4-2 in favor of the Nuggets. I believe they close it out in Game 6 to tribute this 10-year reunion of them both being drafted. Again, Allen Iverson, a member of both teams. Big clue there, the answer. Allen Iverson, AI, a lot of highlights of that nature. Played for both these teams, the 76ers and the Nuggets. We talk about practice. So, again, these are my thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and find some more information as to why I like the matchup to happen. Stick around again. We're going to keep diving into more about the duality of Janus and how the beginnings, the gateway, the transitions, they hold the key to, or they hold the answer to the riddle. Okay, so we'll go ahead and talk about this on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, keep sharing the love. I appreciate all those who've watched the video so far, and I look forward to making more as we go along. and have a great day.